Now, did he say something so nasty that you need to Hakatua? Ladies and gentlemen, there's way too much college football going on right now. Ohio State versus Oregon just ended. I'm trying to watch Colorado versus K State. That seems to be a little bit of a barn burner. That's not going to end until 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. So while we're here, let's talk about what happened at Austin Stadium, Ohio State versus Oregon. I am slightly whispering. It's past my bedtime and it's past other people's bedtime in my household. So I'm going to try to be as respectful as possible. Okay. Let's lay it out and let's talk about it. First off, we've have ourselves some interesting signs. We're gonna get into that. Seems like the myth legend Will Howard forgot the time. He had himself a little Dak Prescott moment. So we've got plenty to go over today. So if you enjoy college football content, it's gonna be a quick little recap. Tell you what happened between the Battle of the O's, in which Oregon stakes their claim as possibly the number one team in the nation. So we're just gonna hop in this. Leave a like in this video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content. Now, looking at the tail of the tape, looking at the game flow, the game cast, the box score, can tell you some misleading things, because what it tells you is that Willie Howard had no interceptions, and it tells you that Dylan Gabriel had two things, 341, 23 for 34, and I think Dylan Gabriel was absolutely sensational this game. I think everything that was asked of him, he did what needed to be do. The ball need to be done. The ball was coming out great. I felt like he was taking advantage of a lot of the opportunities that Oregon was given, and he wasn't really squandering them. I really felt like that offense was so explosive. They took as many explosive plays as they could. Stewart is a dog, and embarrassing Burke. That's an NFL quarterback, Burke from Ohio State. So that's a guy that's been on people's big boards for I think the last 2 years now. So to see a Stewart embarrass him, to really see that full Oregon offense can really attack that, not too much of a slouch of Ohio State defense. I think that was very good to see. I think it's effective to see. And Dylan Gabriel, someone who I highlighted as having some issues coming to the red zone, taking care of the ball and doing things like that, seemed to shut me up, shut a lot of haters up, and really show why this man on his third team, who has been good on all of his teams, he can take care of the ball and put his football team in advantageous opportunities to win the ball game. And he does again. Speaking of Willie Howard, let's talk about the little incident there. I think this is 2 weeks back to back where we've had individuals just with Nico, and then now with Will Howard, who is a veteran, not a first year starter, a quarterback, just completely forgetting the down and distance, completely forgetting the time, forgetting the situation that they're currently in. And he pulls a full Dak Prescott, running around and running the clock out without throwing the ball and putting the ball in the air, allowing your playmaker to try their best to make a play. It's very sad. It's not something that you want to see. It's not something that you want to have happen, but it is the reality of it. And for someone who, if I could say, I think played some decent football in Will Howard, I think it sucks that your night's going to end like that, and that's the way that people are going to remember your night. To be honest with you, I'm not sure how many people are going to remember your night. As you can see, all the slate of games is crazy. I mean, Ole Miss and LSU just scored. I mean, is tied with 7 seconds left. You got Colorado and KSU. Something electric's gonna happen there. You got the dang Boise State Ashton Gentry's going crazy. ASU handling business. You had that close game with SC and Alabama. So I'm actually gonna take this video to probably wrap up a few of these other videos that we didn't get to talk about, because I'm not sure if we're gonna get to talk about everything. But for right now, Trevion Henderson, he was what it says on the 10. Did not like that Quinshon Judkins had that a big fumble, or really he got the ball just snatched from his soul, from someone who I think that was really starting to come around and start really showing his real value. I think that it sucks that you have such a game like that where it just the production didn't seem to be there like Trevion Henderson's production was. So I hate to see that. Jeremiah Smith, I'm not sure if y'all realize, but that freshman is a cyborg. I don't know what else to say. They should just script up as many plays and runs to him. You know, if Quinshon Judkins is having a bad day, hey, go ahead and put Jeremiah Smith back there, okay? Go ahead and put him in the backfield. Let him run wild. Let's take a look at some other stats here. So after this finishes, I think the biggest thing that we can kind of take away is that Oregon is probably going to be, if not number 2, number 1. I think Texas, I think we had a dominant win. Sorry, I'm a Texas fan. I'm a disgusting person. I'm a Texas fan. So I think that in certain spaces and places, because this is the best team, one of the best teams in the nation, and this is one of the better wins in the year. I wouldn't be mad if they put Oregon at number one and Texas at number two. We saw what that looks like when they doubt us. And here's the thing: if we go in and beat Georgia, I mean, I think we're undoubtedly the number one team in the nation, undefeated SEC. But this is a very impressive win. This is a complete win from Oregon. It's not their fault that Will Howard completely forgot what year, a date and space and time that he was in, and he completely just mouth-flumbled that last part there. So we're not going to dock points from Oregon just because Will Howard had a Dak Prescott moment. I think it was an impressive win from Oregon. That's why I want to talk about that defense from Oregon. Both these defenses were absolutely flying around, but this Oregon defense was playing a physical brand of defense that I don't think a lot of people were expecting them to play. I mean, they were just all over the place. Like I said, forcing turnovers, really laying the boom. And then I think the biggest thing is, like I said, that physicality, right? The fact that they kept coming and they kept hitting and they kept making sure that Ohio State team felt them. I think was paramount to the way that the game ended. I think it was paramount to how they were able to keep. I wouldn't say their foot on the gas, but it still keep marching when they had those offensive possessions and keep not keep marching when they had offensive possession, but keep staking their claim as Ohio State had offensive possessions and really ensuring that they can kind of be there and their presence is felt. So I thought that was great. From everywhere from the secondary all the way down to the what's it called, trenches, and them trenches are scary, boy. They got some big bad body big boy dogs when it comes to the trenches. So a lot of future that's going to be great for them. Again, Evan Stewart going crazy, and I thought Tez Johnson was the dude. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of great from Oregon, a lot of good from Oregon. Coming in, I like to add a little bit of context to the things that we saw. So coming into this game, Oregon was a very high-powered offense. Again, top 18, 21, 15, 16 in points a game, yards a game, points of play, and yards of play respectively. And then third down conversion being top 10 in the nation, basically at number 11, 51%. Again, I don't have to keep telling you guys how much I think that third down conversions is very important and really correlates with the winning rate, especially when you play a really good defense like Ohio State, who was number one, number two, and number one in opponents' points a game, yards a game, points of play, and yards of play. So this is a team with an extremely effective defense and one which was top 15 in third down conversions going against an offense who is top 10 in third down conversions. And I think at the end of the day, that part of that game and the fact that Oregon could be consistent enough to go ahead and convert. And let me see, how did they convert? Because let's look at it, huh? Because there should be where I can look and see how many times they converted, the team stats. Y'all don't have the team stats? They don't have the team stats. Man, they don't. So they don't have how many times they converted. But we're going to read this little summary and we'll probably dip out after we go on Twitter because I got to show you a sign or two. So Dylan Gabriel threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for another one. Late score to help the third-ranked Oregon hand number 2. Ohio State's first loss of the 32-21 for Saturday night. Gabriel, who transferred to Oregon 6-0-3-0 this season from Oklahoma for the Ducks' first season in the Big Ten, completed 23-34 for 341. Jordan James, I think that was a super big bright spot. I think Oregon fans, y'all don't need to be told who this kid is. This was my introduction to this Jordan James guy. Very physical brand of football. I think that when Oregon can consistently run the ball with this with the explosiveness that they have on the outside and through the air, there's not a lot of teams that are going to want to compete with them if they can consistently run the ball like they did. Gabriel scored on a 27-yard keeper early in the fourth quarter, giving Oregon a 29-28 lead, but Ohio State responded with a clock-eating drive that ended with Jaden Fielding's 40-yard field goal that made it 31-29 with 6 minutes to go. Pass interference call got the Ducks to Ohio State's 9, but after 3 tries to get into the end zone, Oregon settled for a field goal with 31-32 lead. Will Howard hit it. It made Udoka for 26 yards pass to pull the Buckeyes close to the field goal range, but an offensive pass interference on Jeremiah Smith pushed Ohio State back. I forgot about this call right here, and this is one of those things where it's tough, right? It's tough when you're relying on freshmen because at the end of the day, some things can happen like this. Um, Offensive pass interference. That's probably one of the most brutal calls that you can have as you're marching down with the last 30 seconds. So it's hard for me to just say that he's an idiot, he's dumb, he's whatever. I think that was just one of those calls where you're playing a very physical brand of football all night, and then it comes down to something like that. I think it's easy for someone to say, "Oh, well, just get your head in the game and do X, Y, Z." It's just like I don't think it's that easy whenever you're doing everything in your mind possible to make sure that you can, get this score and kind of advance. Ewan Stewart had a 69-yard reception that led to his 10-yard touchdown catch close to the gap. By the way, Evan Stewart didn't just have big play moments, but that touchdown, great body control, great ability to stay in bounds, great ability to catch through contact. Good stuff from him. Oregon took advantage of another Ohio State turnover, and Roger Salabeka recovered a Caleb Downs fumble, but the Ducks were hurt on the drive when senior receiver Trajan Holden was ejected from the game. Oh yeah, he spit on the dude and got ejected. We probably should have led with that. He spit on a dude, dog. He spit on it, and I can't show you much more here. But yeah, man, what did he say to him? What did he say? Like he's okay, so he's all up in his ear right here. And you get the smile. He's saying something nasty. He's saying something real nasty. Now, did he say something so nasty that you need to Hakatua? I'm not sure about that, but he definitely got a full Hakatua right here. And that's the nasty. I know the kids these days don't wear mouthpieces, so it's not the same. But y'all got mouthpieces touching or whatnot. I'm not liking this. I don't like anything that's going on right here. I don't like that you spit on anybody. But I mean, everything else you're gonna see on Twitter is just people making fun of Will Howard, saying that the lights were too bright. He was fumbling and wumbling. Dan Lanning is going crazy. Will Howard is getting caught in the shuffle there. A lot of funness, man. Y'all go on Twitter and have a great time. Too many great games to think about. The Duck is crowd surfing. Congratulations to Oregon for being one of the better teams in the nation and being an elite defense, elite offense, and I think they're gonna have a pretty successful season. But y'all be phenomenal. Y'all be great. Leave a like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you enjoying the content, and we'll see you next time.